Hey everybody, it's 13th Wolfman. You know what? You know what today is? Today is the start, the first day, the beginning of the 31 days of Halloween. That's right, 31 days of Halloween. I do this every year. I watch 31 movies in 31 days with an honorable mention at the end, so it's technically 32. But yeah, 31 movies in 31 days. Everyone does this. It's just something fun to do for the month of October. I mean, it's crazy. So, the way I do it, I mean, there are people like Tony Has Nine Fingers. He does it alphabetically. And he's dedicated to that, so good for him. But the way I do it is I go through my collection and I try to find 31 movies that I haven't watched very recently, or, you know, I couldn't have watched them last year when I did the 31 days of Halloween, because then I'm just repeating myself, and that's kind of, well, that's kind of boring, you know? So, I try to come up with 31 different movies every year. And this year, I think you'll really dig the lineup. So, I know that sometimes I have a tendency to not be judgmental, but be in my own mind, when what I consider horror, you know, or sci-fi or whatever. So this month there's horror in there, and you can call anything you want horror, I guess. But there's a lot of comedies in there, like Zombieland. Zombieland is not made to make you feel uneasy. It's not made to make you to instill fear into you. Zombieland's made to make you laugh. So it's a comedy in my book. But because it's 31 days of Halloween and not the 31 days of horror, mind you, it gets to be in the mix. Somewhere down the line. But I'm just saying, that was just an example. So let's get to it. The first day of the 31 days of Halloween, Mimic. Yes. Del Toro, 1997. Norman Reedus is in this. He's got a small part, but it's really cool. Mira Sorvino, Josh Brolin. Who else? Jeremy Northam, F. Murray Abraham, and Charles S. Dutton. And this is one of those movies that it could be horror, it could be it feels a lot more sci-fi, but it definitely could be horror. Mira Sorvino plays basically a lab technician type person, a scientist, lab technician. What am I talking? A scientist who comes up with a bug to eradicate a strain of bugs that is causing kids to get sick. And we find out 5 years later that genetically they have altered themselves, the bugs. This is a very cool movie. When the 31 Days of Halloween was coming up, I was like, okay, this is getting thrown on the list right away. I wasn't sure where it was going on the list, but I figured I'd start out strong. And this is Mimic the Director's Cut. Such a cool cover. Look at that. Yeah. Yeah, Norman Reedus has a small part in this movie, and it's just something I really dig. So, I don't really have a whole lot to say about it. I mean, I love the movie. Go check it out if you haven't seen it. There's 2 other films to it. Mimic 2, Mimic 3. I don't have either one of those, so somewhere down the line, I know I've seen the second one. I'm not sure if I've seen the third one. But, yeah, Del Toro. Del Toro at his best. I always love everything that he does, you know. So, check out Mimic. And tell me what you think. Are you going to be doing the 31 Days of Halloween or horror or 31 Days of October, like some people call it? You know, if so, please leave a link leave a link below so I can go check out your stuff. I will try to get my stuff around to as many people as possible. Always like, subscribe, share, and comment. I want to know what you have to say. Of course, with that, as always, I am the 13th Wolfman, and that's right, I'm on the prowl.